बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम क़ाल रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली। Welcome to Learning Math Skills with Kashif. Today we are going to start our unit number 3 of class 10th. The topic name is ratio and proportions. So first of all we will look what is ratio and what is proportion. सबसे पहले हम ये देखते हैं कि रेशो और प्रोपोर्शंस क्या चीज़ है। ये लफ्ज़ आपने क्लास 6-7 से आप पढ़ते आ रहे हैं कि रेशो क्या है, आसान टॉपिक है। सो व्हाट इज़ रेशो? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, रिलेशन बिटवीन टू क्वांटिटीज़ विद द सेम यूनिट। You can mean in easy words you can say the ratio between two quantities. Like if we want to write the ratio between, for example, 30 minutes and 60 minutes. So these two are the quantities of same units. So we can write in this in ratio form. So how can we write this in ratio form? Simply there are two ways to write these in ratio form. 30 ratio 60. So this is the sign of ratio, these two dots, right? The other way you can write in this in fraction form. What is the fraction form? That is 30 over 60. This is also a ratio form. यानी इस क्वांटिटी को अगर आपने रेशियो में लिखना है तो आप इसको दो तरीकों से लिख सकते हैं, 30 रेशियो 60, 30 over 60. Keep in mind two things. Ratios always written between two same kind of quantities. These are the two same quantities. If we have another example, 1 hour and 45 minutes. So these are two different quantities. These are the hours, these are the minutes. So first we have to make these quantities same. Means either we convert this into hours, either we convert this into minutes. या तो हम इसको मिनट्स में चेंज करेंगे या हम इसको आवर्स में चेंज करेंगे, देन हम इसको रेशियो फॉर्म में लिख सकते हैं. मीन्स the quantities should be of same kind. The second thing, we should keep the order of these quantities in our mind. हमने जब रेशियो में लिखना है तो हमने उसके ऑर्डर को जहन में रखना है. फर्स्ट क्वांटिटी ऑलवेज रिटन first. Second one is there is no unit when we write in ratio form. Here we have the unit, but when we write this into the unit, into the ratio form, then we will not write any unit. Either it is kg, grams, millimeters, centimeters, anything else. कोई भी आपके पास रेशियो हो तो हम उसका यूनिट नहीं लिखेंगे. ऑर्डर इसका सेम होना चाहिए, यूनिट हम नहीं लिखेंगे. द फर्स्ट वैल्यू of the ratio is always called antecedent and the second one is consequent. Now come to the second thing, what is proportion? Proportion means a statement which expressed as the equivalence of two ratios. Mean दो रेशियो के दरमियान अगर equivalence हैं तो we can write this into proportion form. Similarly, for example, if we have two ratios, A ratio B equal to C ratio D. So we can write this in proportion form, A ratio B, C ratio D. This is the sign of proportion. These four dots is the sign of proportions. So we can write this proportion in fraction form as well as we write this ratio in fraction form. So what is the fraction form of this one? A ratio B proportion C ratio D. And other thing, you can write this proportion into equal form. Mean you can write here the sign of equality. And now we can write, if we cross multiply A with D and C with B, so what we get? A D is equal to B C. This is also a proportion form. So we can write in these forms. So I hope you understand what is ratio and what is proportion. So there is another thing, when we write in this proportion forms, the end terms, these are the end terms. End terms are called extremes. What do we call these end terms? Extremes. And these two middle terms called means. So keep these words in your mind for doing when we are doing this chapter. We use these words again and again. So let's start our exercise 3.1. So I write some questions from exercise 3.1. This is a question number 1. So you have to write this in ratio form and in fraction form, and it's in simplest form. So let's start our first question. So these are the two ratios of same unit, same quantities. So we have to write this in ratio form, 750 ratio 1250. This is the sign of ratio. So here you can simplify by dividing it in the same table. So what is its fraction form? Its fraction form is 750 over 1250. So you can simplify this 0 with cut this one. Now at the table of 5, 15 fives are and 25 fives are, again 5 threes are and 5, and similarly in fraction form we will also get 3 over 5. So now look at the second question. Here we have the different unit. Here we have 27 minutes and 30 seconds. Here we have 1 hour. So we have to make this into 1 unit first. So if we convert this into seconds, how many seconds it has? It has 60 multiplied by 60 is equal to 3600 seconds, right? Similarly, we will convert this quantity also into seconds. So 27 minutes means we have to multiply 27 with 60 and then we add 30 in that, means 27 multiplied by 60 plus 30, that converts this into seconds. So when you multiply 27 with your 60, 6 sevens are 42, 6 twos are 12 and 16 20 plus 30, you will get 1650 second and 3600 second. So now you can write in the ratio form and in fraction form. So simply you can write 1650 ratio 3600, and what is its fraction form? That is 1650 over 3600. So now you can divide it, simplify, 0 cut with 0. You can divide it by table of 3. 5 threes are 15, 5 threes are 15 and 20. Now at table of 5, that is 11 and that is 24. So when you simplify this one in the same way, you will get 11 over 24. Similarly, you can do this question by yourself. 75 ratio 2 to 5, and the other form is 75 divided by 2 to 5. Then you simplify on the table of 5, 15 or any. So now come to the next question. Next question is question number 4. Find the value of P. Now what is the condition? If these two ratios are equal. If these two ratios are equal. So we will write in this first in fraction form. What is the fraction form of this one? 2p plus 5 over 3p plus 4 is equal to 3 over 4. Now you can solve this by cross multiply. It will change into simultaneous linear equation, so you can solve it very easily. So cross multiply this value with 4, this value with 3. When you multiply this one, 4 into 2p plus 5 is equal to 3 into 3p plus 4. So multiply, 4 twos are 8p plus 4 fives are 20, 3 threes are 9p plus 12. So now move the variables on one side and the constant on the other side. And you know, when you move the constant or variables in questions, the change signs will be changed. Simply when you move in this way, 8p minus 9p, 12 minus 20, you will get minus p is equal to minus 8. So p is equal to 8. That is your answer of the first question. Similarly, you can solve this question by writing in fraction form and then cross multiply. Like in this way, 3x plus 1 over 6 plus 4x is equal to 2 over 5. So you can solve this question similar in this way. It's very easy. I hope you can do it और इस चीज़ की आपको समझ आ गई होगी. तो हम देखते हैं नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन कौन सा है इस एक्सरसाइज में. So in question number 7 now, if 10 is added in each number of ratio 4:13, we get the new ratio 1:2. Find the new numbers. Find the numbers. So what are the ratio? Ratio between numbers are 4:13. So we will first multiply x with these ratios. We get, multiplying with the x, what we get, 4x and 13x. So now what is the ratio between them? What is the ratio between them, between the numbers? That is 4x ratio 13x. This is your new ratio when we multiply this with the x. And we have to find the value of this unknown variable x. We let this thing. So now what is the condition? If 10 is added in each number, means if we added 10 in each number, if we add 10 in this one, 10 in this one, then we get the new ratio. So according to given condition, your question is now 4x plus 10 over 13x plus 10, and your new ratio is 1/2. So now you can solve this question by cross multiply and solving this question. Simply we will solve it. 4x plus 10 is equal to 1 into 13x plus 10. बहुत आसान क्वेश्चन है, मैं जल्दी से सॉल्व कर देता हूँ. 4 2s are 8x, 10 2s are 20, that is 13x plus 10. Move variable on this way and constant value in this way. 8x minus 13x is equal to 10 minus 20. We will get minus 5x is equal to minus 10, and when we divide it by minus 5 on both sides, we will get 2. Means what is the value of x? 2. So what are the numbers? We get the numbers 4x. Means our numbers are 4 multiplied by 2, that is equal to 8, and second one is 13. So 13 multiplied by 2 is equal to 26. So our required numbers are 8 and 26. Similarly, the question number 6 you can do at your home. So now come to the next question, question number 9. In this question, A ratio B is equal to 7:6. The given thing is that आपको जो चीज़ बताई गई है, that is A ratio B is equal to 7:6. So first write this into fraction form. A ratio B is equal to 7/6. And now you have to find the value of this thing, this equation. So if I write in this in fraction form, what we get? 3a plus 5b over 7b minus 5a. So similarly, we will first divide with the value of b on both sides. So now we will divide both the numerator and denominator with the b. Look here, means 3a divided by b plus 5b divided by b. Similarly, we divide these both values with the b. 7 into b over b minus 5 into a over b. Why we divided b by b? Because the given value is a over b 7/6. So we change these values into a over b form. Now here b cuts with b, b cuts with b. So what is the value of a over b? That is 7/6. We will place here. Means 3 multiplied by 7 over 6 plus 5 into 1 divided by 7 into 1 minus 5 multiplied by 7 over 6. So what we get here, 3 2s are 6, it will cut, means 7 over 2 plus 5 divided by 7 minus 35 over 6. So now you solve these two fraction forms by taking denominators. It's very easy. 7 plus 5 twos are 10 over 2 divided by 7 6 are 42 minus 35 over 6. So by solving this we will get 17 over 2 divided by 7 over 6. So now what we get, we will move upward. जब हम इसको ऊपर मूव करेंगे तो हम इसका रेसिप्रोकल लिखेंगे, मीन्स 17 over 2 multiplied by 6 over 7. So this will cut, 17 threes are 51 and 7 ones are 7, which is your required answer. So now come to the next question, last question of this exercise. So last question is, you have to find x in this given proportions. So it is in proportion form, so you will use the formula of product of extremes is equal to product of means. The other way you can write these questions in these values in first fraction form, like in this way, 8 minus x over 11 minus x is equal to 16 minus x over 25 minus x. Now by cross multiplying, 8 minus x multiplied by 25 minus x is equal to 16 minus x multiplied by 11 minus x. Cross multiply, open this bracket and solve this question. We will get the value of x. 8 into 25, 200 minus 8x minus 25x plus x square. 16 11s are 176 minus 16x minus 11x plus x square. So we can add these two because variables are same. Minus 33x square is equal to 176 minus 27x plus x square. So now here we have minus 33x plus x square. Now move the variables on one way and the constant in the other way. So we will move these two values in this way and move this constant value in this way. So we will change the signs when we move these values, means minus 33x plus x square, this minus will come here, positive minus x square is equal to 176 minus 200. This x square with this x square minus x square, it comes 0. So minus 33x plus 27x, what we get, minus 6x. Here we get minus 24 divided by minus 6 on both sides. So we will get our answer, that is x is equal to 4. So that's all for this lecture. We complete the exercise 3.1. I hope you understand. Do practice the question, the rest of this question, this exercise at your home again and again. See you till next lecture. Assalamu alaikum.